Welcome back to the Elias Macko Show. Local bakery in the South Shore of Montreal at war with the OQLF. Reason stems from a complaint received by the OQLF that suggests the bakery does not serve their clients in French. The bakery argues that the employee that was targeted had gone through many steps with the company to have them learn French. And the bakery also says this. Have a listen to this. They received a certificate from the local CAQMNA of the riding a couple of weeks ago to honor their 12th year in business. Let's now go to Fradette-Brunet, one of the owners of Patisserie Obsession in Chateauguay. Anne, welcome to the show.
Hi, Elias. Good morning.
Sorry about that intro here, because I want you to tell your story. So, Anne, tell us about the bake shop here, Patisserie Obsession. Tell our listeners about your shop.
Well, we're a family business. We've been here in Chateauguay, as you mentioned. We just celebrated 12 years. For any small business, it's quite an achievement, especially having gone through the pandemic and all of the associated stuff. So we're really proud of what we achieved and how we contribute to our community as well, because that's really, for us, it's a really important part of what we do.
And, I guess as a business owner, you get a stack full of mail every day, bills, and a whole bunch of other things, right?
Absolutely.
Tell me about the moment where you're going through the mail and you see OQLF on one of the letters.
Well, to be honest, the letter arrived on Friday. It was handed to me by Post Canada, and as soon as I saw the address, the return address on the envelope, I hate to admit it, but I got a little bit excited because I know that we have never done anything to go counter to any of the laws or the rules or the regulations. So I took it as an opportunity to poke the bear a little bit, shall we say, as I think you read my response to the OQLF. So we looked at it as an advantage and to keep the conversation going about how ridiculous the anonymous reporting system is. And we got so much good feedback from the people that follow our Facebook page yesterday, Anglo, Franco, it doesn't matter. They're perfectly satisfied with the level of French that service that they receive, and that they value us. So really, that's what it comes down to. And
what was the complaint? In a nutshell, what was the complaint over?
The stupid thing is, it was so vague. All it said was, on the 29th of August, the OQLF received a complaint from a customer that they did not get service in French. It doesn't say when this happened, what time of day it happened. Of course, it's anonymous, so we don't know who claims that it happened. For all we know, it could be a customer, it could be a competitor. We just don't know, because they provide no information except for a link to a website that provides French courses for immigrants and a copy of the quote from the Charter of the French language.
And do you have any employees that can't serve clients in French?
Good heavens, no.
Okay.
We have a couple of people who actually can't serve customers in English to 100%, but that's not an issue. We make it work.
It's so interesting because this, it could be a fake complaint, but it could also just be a genuine, honest misunderstanding. Like a francophone comes in, and maybe the person before was speaking English. The employee says one word in English, the francophone switches to English, and then they complain about it. It seems kind of nuts.
Well, the thing I can't wrap my head around, I don't know. I was always taught that if you had an issue with someone, you took it up directly and in the moment, because that's the best way to get it fixed. But maybe I don't know, I look at it wrong. I don't understand the logic in going around the long, secretive way, because if there really was an issue, we can't fix it.
Yeah, without any details.
Nope.
How do you fix an issue if you have no details? And we've talked to people before that have a run-in with the OQLF, and they don't want to come on the air because they say, "Oh, if I get more attention, the government's going to get on my back." And they're actually afraid. You've taken the opposite approach here. Why so vocal?
I think part of it is because we're fewer than 25 employees, and we'll probably stay that way. So that gives us a little bit of protection from the sort of invasion that could happen. And again, if it does, it does. We have nothing to be ashamed of, nothing to hide. We play by the rules, as ridiculous as they might be.
To tell our listeners a little bit more about your response to the OQLF and the reaction it's obtained.
Well, I pointed out, and you mentioned it too, just 2 weeks ago, we got this beautiful imitation leather-bound certificate from Marie-Belle Gendron, who is our M&A for the Chateauguay area. She's a regular customer. Every time she's in Chateauguay, not in Quebec City, she comes into the bakery. She's lovely. And apparently she thinks we speak good enough French. We even showed her the letter. She came in on the Saturday, and she, in her own opinion, thought it was a bit ridiculous. So
yeah.
I don't think the right hand knows what the left hand is doing, and there's a little bit too much power given to the OQLF, and it gets a little frustrating after a time.
So, of all the things you have to deal with as a business owner, right? And times have been a tough few years, right?
Amen.
When you have to deal with the OQLF of all things, what's going through your mind as a business owner that this is another thing that adds to the stack on your desk?
You have to often sort of stop and wonder, like, why do they make life so complicated? We're trying to run a business. We're trying to employ people. We're trying to collect taxes for the same government. I don't understand. I guess it's job security for those folks at the office. I don't know. I don't know how many people are employed there, and I don't know how many complaints they get in a given day. But in my response to them, I hope I put their hair on fire, put it that way.
Let me read the one line here for our listeners. This is your letter to the OQLF. Congratulations on being so diligent in defending the French language. Please give our warmest regards to Uncle Frankie and all his minions. It's heartwarming to know that our tax dollars fund this valuable work. Do you regret any of the cheekiness in the letter?
No, because I wrote it in French, so it should be acceptable.
It's absolutely fantastic. I've never been to Obsession Patisserie.
What are you waiting for?
So what do I need to get? I walk in the door. What's the delicious thing I need to eat?
Oh, my word. Our breads are fabulous. They're all made in-house using majority of Quebec flour. I'll say that out loud. Mm-hmm. All of our stuff is made in-house with lots of love and real butter, so you can't go wrong.
I love it. Has this been a boom to business, by the way? Like, are people coming in because of this?
People are a little bit up in arms, and it's wonderful because we played it, I think, in a smart way, not getting indignant, but rather poking some fun at the ridiculousness of what the OQLF represents.
And tell our listeners how to find your bakery. Where do I go?
We are at 210A St. Francis in Chateauguay at the corner of Maple. You can find us on Facebook. You can find our website, tout en français, but it's there. And we're open 7 days a week, and we would love to see you.
And you will see me, and say hi to Uncle Frankie. Thanks so much for coming on the show.
Thank you.
And Fradette-Brunet is one of the owners of Patisserie Obsession.